have a legend in our presence, a street legend.
That's right.
Charles Cosby in here. Good morning, Charles. You know, we were talking a little bit about that one time that Griselda did what any Latina would do when she finds out her man is two-timing her and tries to kill him.
A car pulled next to me, so as soon as I look over, gun come out the window. Probably got off about 12 rounds. And the strange twist that actually brought us closer together, because I realized how serious she was, you know, that she lived up to her reputation as a black widow.
Yep.
And she realized what a value I was to her. I was a millionaire 45 days after meeting her. Well, my lifestyle had went from a street level dealer, which, I mean, Oakland was plentiful with street level dealers, to a multi-millionaire status, I mean, within months. On the month, I was averaging $700,000 to $800,000, probably about $9 million a year average. More money than anybody from Oakland has ever seen, as far as the street shit is concerned.
Cocaine cowboy in the building.
Godmother's ears on this one. From Oakland to Miami, history in the flesh. You called me. Now you're hers.
Welcome.
Charles Cosby
Yaboyticc is activated.
It's Yaboyticc. Ready for truth.
We have a legend in our presence, a street legend.
That's right.
Charles Cosby in here. Good morning, Charles. You know, we were talking a little bit about that one time that Griselda did what any Latina would do when she finds out her man is two-timing her and tries to kill him.
A car pulled next to me, so as soon as I look over, gun come out the window. Probably got off about 12 rounds. And the strange twist that actually brought us closer together, because I realized how serious she was, you know, that she lived up to her reputation as a black widow.
Yep.
And she realized what a value I was to her. I was a millionaire 45 days after meeting her. Well, my lifestyle had went from a street level dealer, which, I mean, Oakland was plentiful with street level dealers, to a multi-millionaire status, I mean, within months. On the month, I was averaging $700,000 to $800,000, probably about $9 million a year average. More money than anybody from Oakland has ever seen, as far as the street shit is concerned.
Cocaine cowboy in the building.
Godmother's ears on this one. From Oakland to Miami, history in the flesh. You called me. Now you're hers.
Welcome.
Charles Cosby
Yaboyticc is activated.
It's Yaboyticc. Ready for truth.
We
What is going on? Man, I got a special guest today, real good friend of mine. We've been talking a lot about my channel, about things going on, and we decided to go ahead and put this together for y'all. Man, I don't think my boy need any introduction, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on up, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that show started. So without further ado, we got the legend, Charles Cosby.
Mike, what's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Man, what is up, fam?
Oh, man, I haven't seen you since the last time I seen you in Dallas at Say Cheese TV.
Yeah.
What's going on with you? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I mean, shit, I wish we was under some palm trees or something meeting up, but unfortunately, here we are. Right. We gonna put on a good show tonight.
Absolutely. Nothing but.
My skin, salute. Primo, salute. Shabri, what's up, girl?
Primo, what's going on with you, homie? How you doing?
Yeah, the homie Primo, I done talked him up to you and everything. So, man, I guess for anyone here that don't know who you are, would you want to tell a little about yourself?
My name is Charles Cosby. From California, from the Bay Area. many people know me as the better half of Griselda Blanco. Some years back, we kind of made history together, whatnot. But a long time ago, what I'm saying, that's just a small part of my life, right? A lot of people say she made me rich, but nope. I say she made me richer, right? So it is what it is. I'm still moving forward. Still living good. Taking care of my kids first and foremost. Staying out the way, staying on the radar. And most importantly, respecting everybody as I want to be respected.
For sure, that's what's up, man. I'm gonna just do a couple of questions, then we'll go over a few videos, and then I'll let everyone ask their questions.
Okay, absolutely.
Man, I guess to start out with, for those who don't know our full stories, let's go ahead and put it on the table. We both came from a world that operates on a different code. What do you feel is the single biggest thing people who haven't lived that life get wrong about it?
Well, the thing of it is, for the folks who haven't lived that life, they see, the glitz and the glamour, but they don't know the pain and the trauma, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into it, right?
Uh-huh.
So, like most men, to be honest with you, a majority of men, they can't survive in our world, right? The world where we come from, the codes that we live by, right?
Yep.
So a lot of folks, they Monday morning quarterbacks, right? Always got an opinion of how it could and should have went, right? You know what I mean? But it's nothing to be proud of. It's just a part of our life. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has growing pains at some point in their life. Those were our growing pains, the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because we got out the mud, right?
For sure.
And we live by the code. And like, for instance, like, so I'm 57 years old, right?
Yep.
So since 1984, I've had 500 guys that I know personally, friends, associates, right, who've been murdered, right? So, so it's always a flip side to the glamour and the glitz that you see, and that's a part of it, of course, And so guys like me, you, my big bro, Freeway Rick Ross, we're the exceptions to the rule. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just thankful to, still be here and to be able to tell my story, and happy that my story didn't die with me as most guys' stories did,
Yeah, already. Okay. In that world, strength is often about fear and intimidation. As fathers and men who have left that life, what does real strength mean to you today?
Well, real strength to me is taking care of my family, taking care of my kids. Mind you, I have a 7-month-old son and a 19-month-old daughter. My oldest is 36 years old, right?
Yep.
So strength to me is not being powerful in the streets. Although I am powerful and respected. You know what I'm saying? From Los Angeles all the way to Medellin, Colombia. But that's not real strength to me. The strength is, what I'm saying, being a good father to my kids, even in the face of adversity, you know what I mean? So, the streets are a myth, you know what I mean? The streets are a facade. So most people who haven't been in the street don't realize that, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, they see the glitz and the glamour.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pain that go with that shit, you know what I'm saying? So, my strength today is how I take care of my family, and how my family, love me for the person that I am, person I've grown to become, you know what I'm saying? Because 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I was a completely different person, had a completely different mindset, you know what I'm saying? And so now, I'm a lot calmer, a lot more responsible, you know what I'm saying? I still got that instinct in me, but
Yep.
it takes a lot to get it out of me. It takes a lot to get it out of me. And you've seen it personally, firsthand, you know what I'm saying? Throughout our travels and shit, somebody disrespect me, I love money, but the thing of it is, I love respect more than I love money, right? And so, money is the second most important thing to me, beside my family, of course, behind my family. But respect is the biggest thing in my life. You know what I'm saying? If you disrespect me, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have problems.
Yep, already. So man, you talked about the facade. People see the facade of the streets. From the things we spoke about and things I showed you in this travel space with some of these guys, could you say that some of the things, these dudes traveling everywhere, gaining the money to travel and do all these things and show all these women, could you say that's sort of a facade and to encourage the wrong?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I want to say this real quick. So I get paid $5,000 per interview for 1 hour, right? So I just want to put it out there. Mike didn't pay me a dime. That's my brother. We got 15 years locked in. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. There's nothing he wouldn't do for me, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the love and respect we got for each other. And he's one of the few people on this earth that I trust with my life, right? So I want to get that out the way. So as far as those guys, the passport bros, right? You sent me a few clips, you know what I'm saying, introduced me, to these guys. So like the last interview I did with Say Cheese about 3 weeks ago. It should be dropping any day now. So we actually touched on the passport bros, right? And I'm gonna always tell the truth, even if it's painful, even if it hurt a motherfucker, I'm gonna always tell the truth, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I live in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Only a scared man is afraid of the truth, right? So I don't fear nothing to nobody. So I always speak the truth, right? Without fearing drawbacks or whatever it is, right? So like just recently, it was brought to my attention. The passport bro that was in Kenya, right? Maybe last week or week before last. So he filmed this lady, this beautiful African queen, filmed her, berated her, cursed her out, disgraced her, you know what I'm saying? And, for his own entertainment and for the entertainment of his subscribers, right? So the thing of it is, you got to look at it like this. That's like the equivalent of somebody coming into your house, right? Pissing on your couch, pissing on your carpet, right? And then beating and assaulting and cursing your daughter, right? So sooner or later, you're going to reach a breaking point. So these dudes going to all these different countries, right? You know what I'm saying? And disgracing their women, right? You know what I'm saying? Eventually, that's going to catch up to them, right? Whether it's in the street, because they got their own set of politics in the street out there, right? So especially like Dominican Republic and Colombia, right? So, I've been going there to both countries since 1991. That was my first and second trips. First trip was Colombia, 1991. 2 months later, I was in Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? So, and I never even went to Santo Domingo until 2005 because I always went to Punta Cana. You know what I'm saying? That's where I broke in at Punta Cana, bought beach houses out there and all that shit, right? Which I still maintain now. But like, so these dudes are not only, disrespecting these women, right? At the end of the day, they're still women. No matter what they do to make a living, they're still women, right? Yep. So these guys are treating these women, like they're less than dogs, right? So what they don't know about the politics, right? Because, I fuck with Colombia heavy, right? And Dominican Republic, you know what I'm saying? I'm in Dominican Republic 10 months out of every year, right? With my wife and my kids. Yep. But those women, who hustle just to feed their kids, they have people that love them, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They do those things because there's no social economic stimulus package to save them, right? You know what I'm saying? Unlike America, they don't have safety nets over there. You know what I'm saying? So they got to get it how they got to get it, right? And so, and mind you, most of them are actually educated. You know what I'm saying? But being that DR is considered a third world country, you know what I'm saying? Where even like my nephew, he's a police officer in Santo Domingo. And so you know what his pay is? He make $300 every 5 weeks, right? So that's his pay. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a lot of opportunities there, you know what I'm saying? But what I will say, the people are very polite, they're hospitable, they're friendly, they're respectful, they're honest, you know what I'm saying? But there are those other ones, so other elements, like in any society, you know what I'm saying? They're only a microcosm of society, you know what I'm saying? That's any society you go, whether Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, Miami, you know what I'm saying? You always have the bad seeds as well, you know what I'm saying? But the majority of the people in DR, they're good people. They mean good, they work hard. Like, I've been going there 34 years, bro. 34 years. I ain't had no problem with no Dominican, right? You know what I'm saying? They're very respectful people. So it brings me to this. The women, the majority of them, they lack the opportunities as opposed to women in America, right? They lack opportunities. So, they have to do what they have to do to feed their kids. Majority of them have kids. And so these guys are passport bros go there to Colombia, to Brazil, disrespecting these women, for likes and for clicks, right? For their entertainment, their subscribers' entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Which is not a good thing because eventually it's going to end up real bad for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, believe me, I know the politics of the streets in DR and especially Colombia. You know what I'm saying? So eventually it's going to catch up to them. You know what I'm saying? I promise you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And so you also brought it to my attention, right? About these dudes, these passport bros is calling you a hater, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna set the record straight now. Me and you been locked in 15 years. You ain't never been a hater. The only thing you've done is uplift people, right? You've never been a hater. You've never hated on nobody. You're a good looking dude. And what they don't realize is that doctors, lawyers in Dominican Republic, you know what I'm saying? They in your phone, right? They're in your motherfucking phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So bad bitches with big incomes, right? So my guy, he's never been a hater in his life, right? And some guy even went as far as to threaten you, right? So I'm just gonna throw this out there like this. You know what I'm saying? If you dig one grave, you better dig two more, right? You better dig three graves because not only Michael be in one, but you and motherfuckers closest to your heart will be in one too. And that's real shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I got 1,000 niggas behind me. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with everybody in every motherfucking borough, every city, every block. They fuck with me heavy, right? So you know what I'm saying? But I don't live that life. But you know what I'm saying? You hurt one of mine, you know what I'm saying? We gonna hurt you back, right? You know what I'm saying? I love whoever Mike love, and if he dislike you, you my motherfucking enemy. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, man, that's why
So just as long as they keep their words confined to social media, we ain't got no problem with them.
Oh yeah. That's all it is, man. Because I really ain't worried about it, and because I watch the way they move, man, and most of the time they live like
them niggas is goofy. You know what? Hey, bro, them niggas is goofy, right? They goofy. So these niggas go to different countries with no money, no backup plan. You know what I'm saying? They online begging niggas, you know what I'm saying? Send them money, cash at me some money, you know what I'm saying? This, that, the other. Nigga, I don't get on the plane if I ain't got at least 20,000 in my fucking pocket. You know what I'm saying? So these niggas, they getting kicked out their Airbnbs. You know what I'm saying? They trying to scrape up money for food, but more importantly in their mind, they trying to scrape up money to get some sex. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a real man. You know what I'm saying? That's some bitch made shit. You know what I'm saying? Real men don't operate like that. Not no real man. Real men don't buy pussy at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm 57 years old. I ain't never bought pussy a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? Can't no bitch in this world tell you that I paid her for some pussy. I promise you that. I promise you.
See, man, like I really don't even be tripping about it. It's like, do your thing, that's cool, man. But it's the way you do it and it's the way you promote it, man. Like
exactly.
The chicks is way street smart than them. Like, man, they don't want their business out there. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Exactly. You said the key line. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So if you want to pay a woman for sex, you know what I'm saying? Be discreet about it. Go pay her for sex. Y'all meet up. Y'all both agree on the price. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have fun or whatever y'all want to do. But when when you to a point of bringing a camera out, filming them, disgracing them, calling them bitches, you know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? That's very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And can't no real man honor no shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. You don't disrespect no woman. Would you want a motherfucker disrespect your sister like that, or your mother, your auntie like that, or your niece, or your daughter? You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers will feel different about it then. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, you ain't scoring no cool points with nobody disrespecting a woman like that, nigga.
Man, them women, man, they got brothers, they got fathers, they got cousins.
But most importantly, they got men too, though. They got men. All of them got a man. There's no Latina woman in those Latina countries, those Latin countries, who don't have a husband, a fiance, a boyfriend that they've been with since they were 12, 13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? And, these niggas talk all this old shit, I got her. But if you want to know if you got a Dominican or a Colombian or a Brazilian,
yep.
Ask her to get your name tattooed on her titty, on her ass, on her stomach, right? I bet she won't do it. I bet you won't do it. I bet you my wife got my motherfucking name tattooed on her stomach. King Charles Cosby. She does, and you seen it in person.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell them niggas who think they, really fucking with these bras, oh, bitch in love with me. No, she not. She's just in it for the money, bro. She got kids to feed, right? So tell your significant other to get your name tattooed on the stomach and see if she'll do it. I bet she won't.
Yep. Yep.
I promise you she won't.
That is facts. So, man, we kind of went into that to the next question. It was pretty much, we talked privately about everything that's going on in the space, and from your perspective, what have you seen real having seen real consequences? What is it about your behavior, the disrespect towards women, the online griffing that you find? So let's go ahead and go to the next. So giving back and taking care of family are clearly non-negotiable. Why is that principle so important to you after the past that was focused on a different kind of hustle?
Because family is everything, bro. And I'm gonna put it in this order: God, family, money. Family is everything. You know what I'm saying? If a man don't have a family, he has nothing, right? Who do we hustle for? We hustle to give our kids a better life. To buy our mother that house that she always dreamed of. That's why we hustle for our family. You know what I'm saying? Real men. Real niggas hustle for their family, but some niggas hustle just to impress another nigga, right? But so it comes down to, you know what I'm saying? We do this, we live a certain lifestyle for our family, for our kids, you know what I'm saying? Especially me, for my kids, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about to be, you know what I'm saying? It's about my kids, nothing else matter.
For sure. Man, so looking forward, what is the core principle you live by every day? What is the legacy you're working to build?
Okay, so the legacy I'm working to build, to make sure my kids don't make the same mistakes that I've made, right? I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, Well, I wouldn't really say they were mistakes. They were more or less lessons, but a lot of them lessons was very painful, you know what I'm saying? Getting shot, getting stabbed, getting locked up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to instill in my kids. I have a 14-year-old son, you know what I'm saying? He's a spit image of me, right? I mean, from his personality to his looks, right? And so he's never been in trouble a day in his life. He's a good kid, very good kid. Never even been to the ghetto, right? Other than when we drove through one time, we was going to the airport, and it was a television sitting on the side of the road. They was having a garbage cleanup day, and so my son was like, "Dad, what is that?" It was a box TV. He didn't even know what it was, right? So he's not used to none of that shit, right? So that's my thing, shielding my kids from those elements, right? Instilling in them, the values that I really have growing up that I developed over time, right? As an adult or whatever, to make sure, they don't end up in jail, or my daughters, depend on a nigga to feed them. Because if you got to depend on a person to feed you, they gonna make you starve eventually. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I instill in my kids: be self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? So for instance, right? So like, I'll give you a perfect story. So my daughter was 18 years old, and this dude bought her a bra from Victoria's Secret, right? So she came home like, "Dad, he bought me a bra." I'm like, "Okay, well, this is what you do. I'm gonna give you some money. You go buy 10 bras, just to show him that you don't need him for anything, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't want my daughters to ever have to depend on a man. You know what I'm saying? Or my sons to have to depend on the nigga that's standing on the corner. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them all the knowledge and wisdom they need, you know what I'm saying, to be self-sufficient and successful in their lives, you know what I'm saying?
Already. Man, I can say that, man, because that little one, man, he's smart as hell, man.
Oh yeah.
Man, he's sharp.
I mean, you've been around little Charles since he was 1 year old. He's 14 now.
Sharp. He is sharp.
Oh yeah.
So what does this have to do with the subject matter? Yeah, so
Tell him we locked in 15 years, old friends talking. That's what it got to do with.
Yeah, we just pretty much, man, we addressed a couple things going on in the space. I heard that real men have kids and families. You want to answer that? See? Yeah, we can go ahead and take questions right now. He said he heard.
What do you say?
You want to answer that? See, he said he heard that real men have kids and families.
Absolutely, absolutely, without a doubt, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Real men got families that they take care of, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? A real man will never neglect his family for the streets, ever.
Already. John Davis says, where did you meet Griselda?
I met her in prison through a Panamanian chick.
Damn, I still have an echo? Y'all, my fault, y'all. This is my first little live. Let me see. How about now? Am I still echoing? John Davis asked, did she speak English?
Yep, she actually did. Spoke very fluent English.
I appreciate you, Primo.
Primo, what's up with it?
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I wish we was having this conversation on the beach or something right now. But
Okay, well, you know what I'm saying, Mike. Just come to DR. You know, my door's always open to you. Always. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, whenever you want to, you know what I'm saying? We'll do it out there, you know what I'm saying, together.
yeah, for sure. This dude down here trolling.
It's cool, you know what I'm saying? Let him troll, you know what I'm saying? That's what make him happy. So if he happy by trolling, I'm happy for him.
Man, I'm gonna just go ahead and play this clip right here with oh boy, like, okay, so he pretty much went off on his rant. I don't know which video it was. You know, there's a couple of like things I pointed out about old boy because man, he just moves reckless and man, he be doing the craziest shit. You know, he be finessing his subscribers and all kinds like you know.
Is that right? And so they still giving dude money even though he finessing them?
yeah. A lot of times they don't know, man. Like, you know, I've talked to a couple of women in Sosua. We talked about that one chick in the Santo Domingo. We ain't gonna say her name or nothing, but
Yeah.
all the cap and everything. So I'm gonna just pretty much show this video where he was kind of like going off about it, and then Primo kind of put him in check.
Okay.
How has the table turned?
I be laughing, man. Get your abuse up before I can't mention his name, man. But
Yaboyticc.
He got up to the big league firms, bro. You know what I mean? Got up to the big league.
Gotta step to the big leagues. Big leagues. You ain't even in a pee-wee. Again, this is your boy Tick with Charles. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I mean? Like again.
Okay, because I have the phone in my hand. They don't want to talk. Wait, something just. Yo, what? Yo, my sneaker just fell off, though, bro. Yo, my sneaker just fell off. Oh my gosh, bro, I gotta buy new sneakers. Look at this joint. My sneaker just fell off, bro. It's crazy. Dang, bro. Oh man, I gotta go back to the crib. That's crazy, bro. I gotta go back to the crib and my soul just took off, bro. This is crazy, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. This is crazy. Yo, what's good, everybody, man? It's your boy, NYCdafuture, Online Nation, all day. Pardon me, y'all. I know this is out of nowhere. I'm in the bathroom right now. A lot of things happened, transpired. I tried my hardest not to do a fundraiser this trip. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people that helped me in the back and stuff like that. So the problem is that I remember last night. I watched my live last night, right? With the girl I left. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, I'm in the bathroom right now. The reason why I'm in the bathroom is because, long story short, I left. Remember when I was showing y'all, I left the bar, but later on that night, she hit me up saying that she's gonna be here, whatever. She's gonna come over here. I told her Addy and stuff like that. I'm thinking in my head that I got some people that salute to them though. I'm not gonna say no names, stuff like that, but it didn't work out like that. So here I am right now. It's 10:47 in the morning. I told the girl that my money's gonna be here shortly at like afternoon or something like that. I really need to raise $500, but right now it's an emergency that I need to raise at least $100 because I have to give her 2,000 baht. And she's inside the room right now, laying down. So yeah, y'all think this is funny? I'm dead serious right now. So this is a problem. I asked some people. I'm really down bad right now. Like I want everything, bro. Like, and I'll do loans. I'll pay.
You know what, Mike? That's a clown show, and niggas that support that nigga is clowns too.
Yeah, man. I'm like, I wasn't gonna say nothing about it, man. But I'm like, what is wrong? Like, something's seriously wrong with this cat. Like,
I don't even know that nigga, but he's a clown. He's a clown.
I'm like one, he's like, I don't want to mention his name. I don't want to give him no clout. I'm like, bro, like, what kind of clout I'm gonna get off of you for one? And for two, like
what kind of clout can you get off a nigga that's trying to borrow $100 to buy some pussy? What kind of clout you get off that nigga, man?
I'm like, bro, I don't do this shit for like likes and all that other shit you do it for. Man.
But the thing of it is, though, Mike, the niggas that's supporting that clown show, they just as bad as that dude is.
Yeah.
Them niggas just as bad as that dude is, though, supporting that shit, man.
Man, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna just leave that alone, man. But just check some of these comments. He put pussy on clearing up payments. I watched this guy begging from the toilet. Big leagues and this ass begging for money while you traveling the world on your own dime, meeting people whose names are recognized.
Real talk.
Bro, this space is wild, and yes, I understand I'm part of the problem. I'm working on cutting it off.
It ain't hard to do. Just cut it off. It ain't hard to do. The thing of it is, as a grown man, you don't have to live vicariously through a clown. You don't got to do that.
Instead of trying to build, they're tearing themselves apart. Man, that's big facts.
Exactly. Perfectly stated.
Begging his subs for money to pay his box bill is crazy. These guys had no father figures, so they don't know how to be men and don't even respect themselves. Man, that's like the biggest
I concur.
part, man.
I definitely concur with that.
That's the biggest part, man. No self-respect. None. And I do that shit just to put that shit into perspective so people can see like how like everyone says entertainment. It's like, yeah, entertainment is cool, man, until it affects
but
people.
see, entertainment is cool until you cross that line, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Entertainment's cool. We all love entertainment. But when you cross that line, it becomes something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And when you encourage, man, they got a 19-year-old dude in the chat trying to do what they do. And it's like, bro, that is sick. like man, you should be building that cat up, man.
Yeah,
You know,
you need to caution him against that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it's nothing fly about that. Traveling to other countries with no money in your pocket, begging, for money to buy pussy. It's nothing fly about that shit, man.
Good looking out, my skins. Yeah, he went ahead and killed that troll that was in here. Let's see. Gang says you got to realize, Mr. Gardner, these dudes was never outside, and there are nobodies in real life, and always wanted to be in the crowd. So now they get a little shine. They don't know how to act.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah, man. So that's I don't know, man. That's pretty much it, man. I just put it out there to put it in perspective, man, and try to show how crazy that shit looks, man. And really, man, I would prefer, cats move different. We out, making moves, man, because like ever since I traveled, I noticed how, it's a lot easier to navigate into business. You can actually create something, and
Absolutely.
Man, with like even what you're saying with the people, man, like more people are more friendly, they more welcoming. Like, man, if you actually learn that culture and get involved, man, like, man, you'll learn some real shit, man. Like,
Absolutely. See, the thing of it is that same energy they put into disgracing these women, they could put into uplifting them. And these chicks, actually, believe it or not, they're very trustworthy. They're very loyal. You know what I'm saying? They could open up clothing stores or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Shoe stores or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Had them chicks running, but they would rather run them in the ground. You know what I'm saying? For likes and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, a lot of these chicks, they making more moves than these cats is making. So yeah, so man, so I don't know, man. Like from things I've been hearing in the back end and like some of the women I spoke with, like there's definitely a lot of stuff I'm gonna bring to the table. And it's some of the things that I talked about that, especially some of the subs don't know about, and a lot of the finesse they got going on. Like I'm gonna start pushing that shit, man. So I mean, they can call it what they want to call it.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, it don't even affect our lives at all. You know what I'm saying? But, they just need to know, that it's going to be consequences for their behavior. You know what I'm saying? Street politics is going to eventually catch up with them. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one thing.
I say this because I know Colombia and Dominican Republic better than any nigga in the States. Any nigga in America, I know those two countries better than any of them, right? Because I've been there 34 years, you know what I'm saying? So the politics is heavy. It might be slow, but it's going to catch up to them. I promise you. You.
Oh yeah, and that's one thing I try to prevent, man. It's like there's multiple ways this stuff can come back and come and touch them in different ways. Like they ain't really thinking about all the consequences for the clout. They call everyone else clout chasers, but most of the stuff they do is because the subs push them to do it, man. And they use those donations to control them like puppets. It's crazy.
Well, the subs, as far as I'm concerned, is an accomplice. You know what I'm saying? To that clown shit. Because it's clown shit.
My skins, he said, CC said, oh yeah. I have a lot of troubled youth. I have a nonprofit. And with your experience, what advice would you give them?
The most important advice you can give them is, tell them do not follow the crowd. You know what I'm saying? They got to blaze their own path. It's a lot of temptation in the street for kids, teenagers. You know what I'm saying? That's just coming to their own. So you got to be able to cut them off before they get to a point where they want to follow another man. And do what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes to be successful, you got to go out alone instead of following the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
John Davis, he said, do you still travel to Colombia and DR?
Absolutely. I live in DR. You know what I'm saying? I got multiple properties in DR. I got a nightclub in DR. I'm there 10 months out of every year. I fuck with Colombia heavy. They fuck with me heavy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can speak from experience, about street politics.
Already. OG Davis, he said, this is what you call real conversation. Real men have talk, take heed, listen, and learn.
Absolutely. I agree. I concur.
Primo says, how's your investment going in DR?
You know,
What have you been doing in years?
it's going even better than I expected. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got some good people around me that I can trust 100%. So, you know.
John Davis says, what areas would you recommend for a property investment?
Punta Cana Village in Punta Cana. You know, if you get an Airbnb there, it'll be booked out 365 days a year.
Already, and man, you think Raquel would be cool with like plugging her in? Because I know she works with that real estate and everything.
Oh hell yeah! The thing of it is, so like, most of her sales, bro, is in Casa de Campo, which is La Romana, Casa de Campo, and Punta Cana Village.
Yeah. So man, I'll do this. Like, if y'all like looking for investments and properties, shoot me an email, and I will forward it to her, and she'll plug y'all in, man.
So for the guys who don't know, Raquel is my personal attorney. She's my attorney, and she's also a real estate agent as well in Santo Domingo.
Man, it's crazy. Like, what do you think about everything that was happening in Sosua? Because a while back I was talking about investing through there and everything, like doing some different Airbnbs and different properties. So, what's your thoughts on what's going on out there right now?
Well, see, the thing over there, Sosua is a very beautiful place. And Puerto Plata, they neighboring cities, right? Yeah. Beautiful places, but these guys, these passport bros, they ran into the ground, posted all that shit on YouTube and on the internet, right? So everybody, who see the shit, everybody want to go to Puerto Plata or Sosua, right? Because that's where the action, that's where the $20 women are, right? You know what I'm saying? And so they kind of ran into the ground, but now they kind of cleaned it up now. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe last month, they arrested a lot of the ladies of the night. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna crack down, especially on the passport bros, the ones who are posting all that bullshit online. So, like I said, it's a beautiful city, Sosua and Puerto Plata, beautiful white beaches, you know what I'm saying? Houses on the beach. But these guys gave those two cities a black eye, you know what I'm saying, with the theatrics they be doing online, you know what I'm saying, with these women. So now everybody want to go there because they want, the sex tourism industry, you know what I'm saying? That's, what everybody think of it as. I go get a $20 girl or $10 girl or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, like that's what that goes back to what we was talking about. Like, man, do your thing, but don't be so open with it, man.
Yeah, but like I said, even if it is $20 girls, you ain't gotta advertise that shit. Go handle your business, go have some fun, stay for a few days or a weekend or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Real men don't kiss and tell.
Real talk. John Davis says, what areas would you recommend for a property investment in DR?
Punta Cana. Hands down, Punta Cana.
Where would you recommend a retiree live in Colombia from OG Davis?
Medellin is a very friendly city, especially to Americans. So I would say Medellin, you get something nice, and if you want to buy something, I plug them in with my partner, Juan Gaviria.
Moskins, he says, what's your views on people and celebrities sensationalizing the street life?
Well, see, the thing of it is, celebrities want to be thugs, and real niggas that's in the street want to get out the streets. You know what I'm saying? So by them glamorizing, that's just a fantasy that they have. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas that's really in the street, we don't want to be in the street. You know what I'm saying? We want to make enough money to get out the street because sooner or later we get killed or we gonna, get a 40 or 50 year sentence. You know what I'm saying? So real niggas that's in the street don't want to be in the street.
Man, that's the most stressful time.
Yeah, exactly. We trying to find our next big deal. So, that could be our exit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why I'm liking this part of the life, man. It's a lot stress free, man. It's freedom, man. Like, you ain't gotta worry about nothing, man. You gotta worry about nobody looking behind your back
Absolutely,
ops for
man.
homies or nothing, man.
I wouldn't trade my life for nothing in the world. No amount of money
Man,
can, no amount of money can bring me back in the game.
for real, for real. And you know, it's kind of like the same thing these dudes do, man. They they glamorize this shit just for money, man. Like it's all about money. Like none of these dudes is doing the things they talking about. There's a few, but the
Yeah, but see,
majority.
the thing over there is though, a real man will look down on them dudes. That's a clown show. You know, ain't no real nigga finna endorse no shit like that, man. Not you demeaning a woman and desecrating her character. Ain't no real man finna endorse that shit, man.
Did I miss any questions? For sure. Salute, Kobe. DJ9, what's up? John Davis says, what investment would you recommend these days to turn 10K into 100K?
I would have to say property, plain and simple.
Man, that shit is like quadrupling year after year, man. Like it's ridiculous how much prices are like shit. Even when we was like first talking about things in the DR, that shit is like 4 times as much as now.
Yeah, in fact, you know what? When I first bought you to the DR in 2018, so looking at the prices then opposed to now, like you say, it's quadrupled. It's
Man,
sextupled even. You know what I'm saying?
man. And there's ways, man, to put a little in and work it to where you can play with the bank's money a little bit. You just got to be careful. And you got to
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is though, you know what I'm saying? If you got the credit, or if you got, like in your case, your lawyer girl, with the credit, you just put some down, put some down on a piece of property, sit on it for a year, build the equity up, take the equity out, and then buy another piece of property. You know what I'm saying? So it's that simple.
Yep. Man, that is facts. Only gonna keep going up. Well, shit, man. I guess nobody have any other questions. I'm gonna go ahead and close it on out, man. Get to this evening. I'll see if anybody got any other questions before I ask you this last one.
Okay.
All right, so man, to close it out, what is your final message to anyone watching who might be at their own crossroads trying to find a better path?
Well, shit, as you know, Mike, when I met you many years ago, 15 years ago, I was going through a crossroads, if you remember. And so whenever you're going through something, it's always important to reach out to somebody who's been through the same thing, because their advice is more important or more prevalent than a person who's never walked in your shoes, right? So just know that better days are coming no matter what you're going through. The sun will always shine tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I had a brother who committed suicide, right? My oldest brother. He reached out to me. I ignored him. He told me what he was going to do, but I ignored him. I was a young dude in the streets, didn't care about what he was talking about. I wish I had listened to him, gave him some advice, right? So, just try to stay focused. Most importantly, what I'm saying, stay away from those people with those negative temperaments. What I'm saying, and negative words or whatever. What I'm saying, because most of the time, if a person is doing bad or miserable, they don't want to see you doing good. What I'm saying? They want you to be down there with them so they can feel relevant in some way. You know what I'm saying? So,
for real.
Nothing is never over until you die. No matter what your situation is, your financial situation, you're going through a disastrous marriage or whatever, nothing is over until it's over. So just try to stay focused. I know it's hard sometimes. It was hard for me, but better days are coming. No matter what your situation is, sun gonna always shine.
100. And let's see, DJ9, he said, you guys think what you all saying about the space, anything would change? Man, I think eventually there'll be some type of change slowly. I see people starting to catch on and seeing the little finesse they doing, man, and the BS they got going on, man. Like they starting to see it as not entertaining as it once was before, and it's not really about changing it, man. It's kind of like waking up, because these dudes is like they on a path they do not want to see, man. Like bro, like a lot of these dudes, they in their mid 30s, 40s, early 30s. It's like, man, you gotta get your life together, bro. You gotta do something about it, because I mean, you can't go on like that forever, man. You gotta lock in and start thinking about yourself, man. Start thinking about improving yourself and doing better things, and everything around you will improve once you start to improve yourself. As far as your grind, your money, your women, everything will change once you start working on yourself. Appreciate that, Strictly. John Davis says the begging space is almost done. These guys aren't hitting their fundraisers. Yeah, they ain't hitting them.
Man, check this out. Put them beggars out of business. You know what I'm saying? Don't give them what they want. Make them niggas earn what they need.
For real. And that's the thing, man. Like, earn that shit, man. Like, provide something that's usable, man. Provide something that's with substance, man. Like, what y'all providing is nothing, man. Like, it's nothing, man. They don't help nobody out. They definitely ain't gonna help you out. How easy was the adaptation after dealing with those high numbers? Primo, salute. Says, appreciate that ticket, Charles.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you.
Oh, all right, bet. Hold on. My skins is up. What up, bro?
Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
My skins money is in the building. Hey, I appreciate you guys bringing me up. Mr. Cosby, I appreciate you. It's a pleasure being on the same panel with you. Your boy Tick, salute to you. You're doing very, very good work.
Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you.
So really, really quick, because I wouldn't be me if I didn't say this, right? What would you say to the people that enable these beggars and these so-called sex tourists? Because I only say this because, and I'm not in like a messy manner, but there are a few people in the chat that enable and actually back for some of these type of travelers. So I want you, if you can, what would you say to them, those enablers?
Man, them dudes is accomplices, right?
Yeah.
Accomplices, living vicariously through another nigga's eyes, right? And that can't be classified as no real man. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas is little boys. You know what I'm saying? Real men wouldn't behave like that. You know what I'm saying? If them niggas call me right now and say they need $10 to get home, man, I wouldn't give them niggas $1. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't endorse that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got daughters, right? I got daughters. I don't endorse that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? So the ones that's enabling them dudes, you know what I'm saying, they did knock that shit off.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. So my next question is for these beggars and the type of travelers they are. How do you say we go about kind of eradicating them from being on these social media spaces?
Just what we doing right now. Put the word out. You know what I'm saying? Hit them motherfuckers every day with the word. With the truth. They label my partner hater. My partner ain't got a hater bone in his body, right? You know what I'm saying? And
I agree.
If anything, he's trying to save them dudes' lives. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, eventually street politics is gonna catch up with them in a foreign country, whether they get knocked off street justice or they go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Because like most of those countries, it's illegal to videotape somebody without their permission. It's illegal.
Yes, correct.
It's not like America. You know what I'm saying? Because in America, anything you can see in the public with your eyes, you can videotape it, right? But those countries, you got to have to express permission. You know what I'm saying, to tape them. And if they don't give you permission, you go to jail.
Correct. Correct.
You know what they need to do? They should go to the Philippines and do that shit, and videotape people and all that shit. They'll never see the light of day again.
Yeah, I seen that law. It was when did they put it in? About a year or so ago. I can't remember, but it had something to do with one of the YouTubers. Was it Johnny Somali? I can't remember the exact name.
Well, you know, Mike got a stronghold in the Philippines in Manila. He go out there and feed the kids, hundreds and hundreds of kids every year.
Yeah, hey man, you gotta tell me that, man. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, man.
We had conversations, yeah, but you
Post
didn't.
the videos, Mike. You got the
dope.
videos. You feeding all the
yeah, man.
Filipino kids.
I really just don't put it out there, you know. It's like because like when I was asking for help and like doing it, because it's something I decided to do on my own. So you know, I got a lot of negative feedback from it, and then they act like when I was sitting there trying to show them that, you know, kids are literally out here dying for not eating, they're saying, why am I putting that all out there? So, you know, it's just something I just stuck to on my own, man, because like it really humbles me, man. And like, man, those kids, like, despite all that, they like, man, if I showed you some of these things, like, it don't look real, the conditions they living in, and for them to still be so innocent and have smiles on their face, man, it's wild, man. It's so wild.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, that's dope because we're more than alike than different. Because as we had our conversations, I told you I have a nonprofit too. So my nonprofit's been dealing obviously in my home. I live in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm stationed here. I've done a lot of charity work in Costa Rica. I've done a lot of charity work in Colombia, just via American football. So I've done all of that stuff. And one thing that I can't remember this, but it always stuck with me, is that it's specifically for Black men or just Black people in general. You're doing this stuff, it should be platformed. You know what I'm saying? You're doing all this good stuff, it should be platformed, it should be shown, because, you know, the perception of us globally, it's not necessarily the nicest. You know what I'm saying? So when you put this stuff out here, this charity stuff, going out there, interacting with the people, you put that stuff out there, it starts to change the perception, and we kind of combat the you know, the
absolutely.
You know, you just combat all that stuff. So I absolutely I also work off of grants too. So with that being said, I kind of have to platform my stuff, you know, at least for my website and stuff like that, so people can see. You have to be very transparent when you do the nonprofit stuff.
Absolutely. But you know what though, Mike also he give back to the kids in DR as well. Though he got video.
Yeah, see, I know that one. I know that one.
Yeah, but he do that all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Man, but he never publicized it because he's not that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? He do it from his heart. It's genuine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. I love to hear that. That is dope. That is definitely dope. Yeah, I did my my backpack drive a few weeks ago, which was dope. And because I remember somebody, I think I was in Costa Rica. I'm like, some American dude was like, why don't you do that at home? I'm like, man, I do this at home. I just like to give back everywhere I go, man. I like to leave a positive footprint everywhere I go.
Yeah, for real. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful point, man. Like, leave a positive footprint everywhere you go. Don't leave none of that negativity, man. Just leave that positivity everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's a fact. One of the things on why I think like that, because it was always ingrained in my head. My mother always told me, once you leave this house, you represent, you know, this household, and you represent this last name. So that always stuck in my head.
Absolutely.
100.
Salute to y'all for real. Giving back to the kids. It's not real. Stand up. Yeah. Hey man, you definitely got to platform that stuff. I mean, it really does combat, you know, the negative stuff, the negative stereotypes and whatnot. Because I was just the same way. You know, you just do this shit. It's genuine. It's from the heart. And then, you know, it was actually an Irish lady who told me this too. Like, you gotta, like, people gotta see this. See, you know. So, you know, I put a couple of things out there, some videos, some and stuff, so people can kind of follow what I'm doing and whatnot. But I definitely get the whole it being genuine and whatnot.
100.
So
Yeah,
that is
man,
dope.
I'm looking to get back out there soon, man. And put
Wait, Thailand or DR?
Probably the DR.
Okay.
Back to the DR.
Well, Mike, you know my door always open for you, so just let me know.
For sure.
Yeah, that is dope. Yeah, I thought this was a dope interview, dope conversation. So I wanted to get up here and, you know, kind of add my 2 cents and get some advice. As you answered one of my.
Thank you, my brother. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely, I appreciate you, Yaboyticc. I appreciate you letting me on. I appreciate the work you're doing, Mr. Cosby. Keep spreading that positive word. And thank you guys. You guys have a good night.
You as well, my brother.
You as well. Man, bro. Man, I appreciate you pulling up on me. And man, we definitely ought to get back together soon, man.
Okay, well, the next one we do it in DR from my house on the beach.
All right.
Okay, my brother, I appreciate you. So what I'll do, I'll hit you at some point tonight. I gotta make a couple phone calls. I gotta call my wife as well. So I will, you know, you call me anytime. You know, my line always open for you.
For sure. All right, bro, man. You have a good
Okay,
night.
my brother. Salute, my brother. Salute.
All right, now.
Okay, brother.
All right, now.
One love all day.
All right, love, bro. Man, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. First live, got me a little shook, had a couple of problems, and we made it through there, man. Yeah, y'all heard him. He'll put back up on us, man. I'm gonna go holler at him out there at his spot, and yeah, we'll put something together, man. Maybe I'll bring some of the few of my little homies along and stuff, and maybe I can show y'all a few of the barrios and shit I'll be kicking it in. So, and till then, I'm working on a series now. It done blew a wide door open, man. Like I've gotten hit up by a couple of chicks, man, and they kind of showed me some things and they told me some things. So there's a lot of things I'm gonna bring to the table, and a lot of things y'all gonna be surprised to see. So man, until then, y'all be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna let y'all get to y'all rest of y'all weekend. And again, man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Man, yeah, it's gonna get easier. It gets a little nervous, but you'll get better at it. I'm still working on it, man, for sure. Yeah, man, I'm gonna get. Yeah, I'm gonna get it together, man. I just lost my camera and shit. It's not charging up for some reason. So, man, again, I appreciate y'all, man, always. And be on the lookout for that, man, because I got some pretty crazy shit coming, man. Some real crazy shit coming. So, man, much love. Enjoy y'all Saturday. To the next one.
The truth hurts.
Cocaine cowboy in the building.
Godmother's ears on this one. From Oakland to Miami, history in the flesh. You called me. Now you're hers. Charles Cosby led line. It's your boy Take. Ready for truth.